Baryon mode Naruto is absolutely insane. This man brings some great new jutsu for attack types that are not only unique and powerful, they're also very easy to use. But Shinobi Striker has also received an update that's free for everybody. Along with the usual balance patch, you can now fast travel between different locations. So you don't have to run to Sakura or Sasuke anymore, you can just fast travel from one facility to the next. And they've got a new map as well. I like this new stage a lot of clear lines of sight, there's no pit, you can actually run on the water at the bottom, and there's a big tree in the middle of it all with multiple entrances that could be open or closed during the course of a match. There is a flag spawn that is inside the tree, and that feels way too well protected. It feels like it benefits one team more than the other, but other than that, I think it's a great addition in my opinion. But we're here for Baryon mode, that's our focus today, so let's look at what he brings to the table after a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by True Classic. Let's talk t-shirts. If you're anything like me, you've got a drawer full of t-shirts and no idea where they came from. Some of them have sentimental value because you remember them from a cool event or something. But what about the rest of them? Whatever, they're t-shirts, they get the job done. Not good enough! Introducing True Classic, premium quality t-shirts without breaking the bank. They're designed for guys' bodies, so they accentuate the arms and the shoulders, making you stand out and feel great. And they're so easy to wash. I bought this other t-shirt at a store, let's call it the Z store. I've used it twice so far. Once was at a wedding, it looked real pretty. And then 2 washes later, look at that bacon neck! It's ruined. No more, and that was way more expensive than anything that you can find on True Classic. And it's not just t-shirts, you've got polos, long sleeves, bottoms, jackets, and they're so soft. Look guys, it's t-shirts. It's pretty simple. You wear them every day, and if you're gonna buy new ones, maybe check out True Classic. You'll be surprised at how affordable these are, and I never found anything as good as this for this price. Plus, if you shop at True Classic through my link down below, you'll be helping out the channel too. TrueClassicTees.com/Globku, the link is down below, and thank you for sponsoring this video. Here's what you get when you buy the Baryon mode DLC. In addition to the jutsu, Naruto gives you a new substitution, Baryon Breakthrough. When you activate it, you escape enemy attacks and immediately rush them with a quick attack that's really hard to avoid. It deals damage and it reduces the enemy's secret technique gauge, but it has a big downside. It has a big cooldown. I think the substitution is good, but that cooldown means that time-space hop is still going to be the go-to choice for substitutions. Still, it's an extra sub option, and that's always a nice bonus to get with the DLC. You also get these 2 outfits, no new skills, so they are purely cosmetic, and 2 new hairstyles. One is the sexy jutsu lady that Naruto turns into, and the other one is a beanie, which unfortunately you cannot customize with the different colors, so I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity. But let's get into his jutsu. First up, Baryon Bullet Barrage. Naruto rushes down a target while unleashing a flurry of punches. This disables substitutions, so the opponent cannot get out of this once they get hit, and it also reduces their secret technique gauge. Plus, this move is armored, which makes it really hard to interrupt. You can do it, but you need to run some unblockable ability like the Tsukuyomi or the Lightning Net. It's hard to counter it though, which makes it a really powerful jutsu just because of how oppressive it is. An armored machine gun of punches moving towards you, and the attack is also unblockable, which makes it a great counter to a lot of abilities. Sand Shield and Water Pillar are completely destroyed by this. Susanoo armor is directly countered. Even Madara's clone gang is afraid of this. It's a really easy jutsu to use and to combo with other jutsu you may have, that it's a really popular choice right now. Lots of players are running this, but the jutsu strength can also be a weakness in some situations. For instance, if you use this on a Truth Seeker orb, not only do you not counter it, the armor is going to keep you taking that orb damage, and it really hurts. The same goes for other jutsu like Needle Jizo. Still, it's hard to go wrong with this one. If it's unblockable and armored, it's so easy to just throw in the middle of a brawl. The fact that it disables subs makes it guaranteed from a certain distance, and the tracking is fantastic too. I've had an opponent sub out of a teammate's jutsu, and these hands adapted and started chasing the character after the sub. What a massive turn, this tracking is among the best in the game. I've had it catch multiple opponents simultaneously, dealing damage to both of them and disabling their subs. This is the true Ora monkey time jutsu. It even counters a ton of defensive options. An absolute godsend for this DLC. It's already worth getting just for this, but we're not done. Next up, Baryon Tail Breaker. Naruto summons the cloak and its tails automatically attack enemies around it once you get close enough. In addition to dealing damage, it also reduces their secret technique gauge. The idea is after activating this, you start comboing your opponent with taijutsu, and the tails will help you extend that combo and deal some some bonus damage. At the same time, it can keep opponents off of you if you're trying to run away. As far as I was able to tell, there's no way to remove the tails from Naruto with other jutsu. Even if you get stunned, the tails will remain. But they also don't activate if you are getting attacked, so starting a combo from range and then dealing the damage seems to be a good way to counter this. But the tails have really good tracking once you close the distance. They will even find invisible enemies that use Nagato's chameleon jutsu, so that's neat. However, it has a couple of really big downsides. First of all, you lose access to your ninja tools, which on its own wouldn't be too bad, but you also lose a lot of other abilities. You can cancel this jutsu by pressing R2, which means that all of your R2 abilities are gone if you want to keep the tails active. No wire kunai, no super jumps, and without those movement abilities and without ninja tools, it can be really hard to chase down opponents. And you're probably thinking, well, I can just chase them down with my other jutsu. Nope. Most jutsu actually cancel the tails as well, which makes it a bit harder to build a loadout around this one, because as soon as you use something else, the tails are just gone. And on top of that, this jutsu seems very buggy right now. I've activated it many times only to see the tails gone immediately. They just didn't come out. I fully expect this to be fixed in the next patch, but for now, this jutsu just isn't working right. But even when it works, I'm not the biggest fan. Even if it is something unique, it imposes too many restrictions for the rewards that it offers. But no loadout is complete without a secret technique, and this, folks, is one of the best in the game in my opinion. Baryon mode immediately recovers your entire health bar, buffs your speed and I believe your damage too, and changes both of your jutsu to some of the most broken this game has ever seen. One button is a teleportation jutsu that's on a very short cooldown, and the other one is also a teleportation but with an attack. So as soon as you activate Baryon mode, you're gonna be zooming around. You do lose access to your ninja tools, but with the mobility you have, this is no problem at all, because this teleport attack tracks extremely well and it's fully unblockable. So with the added physical buff, you can deal some really heavy damage that's very hard to avoid. And this attack also reduces the target's secret technique gauge. It's like Baryon mode's specialty, all of his moves reduce the opponent's secret technique. But for as powerful as this ability looks, you cannot be too reckless with it, because as long as this mode is active, your health will be depleting. So activate it, deal your damage, and turn it off before it's too late. And you can turn it off by activating the jutsu again, which will unleash a Rasengan. Naruto will jump into the air and rush the target with really good tracking. I've had some opponents avoid this by being too far away from it, or because they had just used some Kamui ability or time-space hop, so it's not a guaranteed hit, but if it does connect, it deals so much damage. It's not a one-shot, but that's a defense-type health just depleting. Look at that. Baryon mode has been a lot of fun to play and discover. Not only are his abilities excellent at getting kills, the armor on Bullet Barrage and the speed at which you move during your ultimate also make it amazing for carrying flags safely. Tail Break, although bugged right now, gives attack types a more defensive option in case you just want to sit in point and defend against enemies trying to capture it, but the downsides of this jutsu are too harsh in my opinion. So that's the one jutsu that I'm not a big fan of. The other two, however, are some of my favorites to ever grace this game. If you're an attack type Win Shinobi Striker, I'd say this DLC is definitely worth it. These jutsu are so much fun to use. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think of the character in the comments if you've had a chance to play him. And don't forget about today's sponsor, True Classic. Level up your t-shirt game, make sure to shop at True Classic with my link down below. You're also supporting the channel while doing it. And if you found this video helpful, I think you'll like this one too. I'll see you there. Bye!